Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I'm from Clovis, California. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It is January 8th already, and I am super excited to be here with you today. I have a fun card. So someone had mentioned wanting me to use the elements of text. Now there were some other requests, but I have some plans for those in the future, and maybe one of them might be in bingo. Maybe more of them will be in bingo. So I decided this is the one I was going to use today. Hi everybody. Let's see. It is 53 degrees here. Oh, and thank you. I'm seeing messages about the fires, and I've had some phone calls and different messages about the fires, and I wanted to let you know that I am perfectly fine. We are about three and a half hours north of the fires. So I went outside today and yesterday, and we didn't have any, I didn't smell smoke or anything. Whereas when we had the fires in Yosemite, that's a lot closer. So we're here in Yosemite's, kind of close by. So we definitely smelled the smoke and had ash then, but nothing now. So yes, prayers for Southern California. It just looks terrible. I just saw a video today where they were saving some animals and some horses and stuff. So, and people were like being told to get out of their cars and just walk away from their car. So just awful. Sorry, my daughter's calling. I sent her a message saying I'm on a video. Hello, everybody. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Juanita. Yes, I am. Thank you. Snowing here. Anna, it's snowing there? Sherry just opened up the window and she said, I'm waiting to see if it's going to snow. We had snow once back. I want to say it was like 98 or something like that. It snowed here and stayed, because it can get cold and it can definitely get frosty, but we don't normally see snow. It's about 2 hours away. Yeah, it is just awful. The news just depresses me anyway, and so the fires is just, no matter where it's at, it's horrible. Anyway, so let's get on to some happier stuff. So I have to tell the people that did the paper share, you might have heard, because of the weather, I guess, I should have posted the picture. I posted it in the leaders group and said, well, let me see if I saved it. And I will read to you what it says from UPS. So my 4 big boxes of my order, including paper share, significant weather events across the globe are impacting the UPS network. Although your location may not be impacted by adverse weather, the movement of packages in the network may be impacted by weather conditions in other areas. So, my overnight packages that were supposed to be here today are not here. I'm going to look again because it hasn't updated yet. I have packages. All of my Stampin' Up packages are not scheduled yet, it says. So nothing is scheduled. I even went back in and ordered some more product, and it also says no date expected. So as soon as they get here, I labeled all of the envelopes, and everything's ready to go. I'm just waiting for the paper, and then I have to cut it. So anyway, just so you know, I want to make sure. Thank you for sharing, Stacy. I appreciate that very much. Yes, and Happy New Year's, everybody. And thank you, Marilyn, for liking and sharing. I really appreciate it. All right, so bingo is next week. I believe I am at 7 or 6 kits still available. So if you are interested, there is a link below. It is a whole lot of fun, and we will be using new product. So I hope you will participate. It's a lot of fun. I'm already starting February's bingo. I've already got a couple cards created, and I'm super excited. That's how much fun I've been having. Now that the holidays are over, I'm jumping back in, and getting things done. Don't forget to check the last chance product list. There's a lot of good stuff still there. So make sure you check that and get on there and sign up for what you are interested in. There's still some great things available. Of course, there's an awesome join special going on right now, and I would love to have you on my team. A little bit about that right here. It's $99, $125 in product. You get that free stamp set, and you get to choose 2 of the Stampin' Up markers, which are listed below: the subtles, the brights, the regals, and the neutrals. Also, you can have an option 2 if you'd like, which you pay the $99. You get $125 in product, an additional $30 in product, but you do not get the ink, the markers. So you might already have the markers and don't need them. The other one quick thing before we get started I want to tell you is if you sign up to be a demonstrator now, January, February, March is like a free quarter for you. So it's just welcome, you know, get started, get your orders in, share and get orders from people, or just get your own discount. You don't have to sell to others. And then just for March, April, May, and June is your first official quarter. And then that is when you need to make your quota. But this first quarter is included. So you really have 6 months to meet that quota. And then July is your grace period month. So you really have 7 months to get your quota, which is just $300 in sales. And getting your quota just means putting orders in, or sharing your business or your discount with friends, letting them know that you're a demonstrator now and have them purchase from you. And then in July, that's your grace period. Once you hit that quota, then July, August, September is your next quarter. And then holiday catalogs stuff is going to start coming out. So it's going to be a fantastic time to join right now. Figure out the stamp set with the leaf and 2 set Stampin' that didn't line up. Did you figure out the stamp set with the leaves? Yes. Yes, Janine. I don't know the name of it right now. But I called Stampin' Up and asked them about that set. If you guys remember, I think it was when I did my unboxing, and I was wondering why it showed that you could turn the stamp over and use the solid back of the polymer stamp and use it as a stamp also. But your leaf would go this way, but when you turn it over, the background would go this way. They said it's just a shaded leaf for the background. So it's not supposed to line up. It's just another leaf. So let's say you take seafoam and you stamp a couple of those back-sided lighter, you know, the full side, and you stamp those, but then you turn it over and you stamp the front one in old olive or whatever. And then that's the leaves that are, you know, towards you. Yeah, is it on the unboxing? Yes, thank you. So that's what they said. It's just a silhouette background of a different leaf. Such a pity demos can't order that stamp set. Demos can't order that stamp set. Oh, yeah, sometimes we were able to in the pre-order. I have that stamp set. We were able to order it in the pre-order. So, but once the pre-order is done, then you can't. So just FYI. Benicia, California late. I was watching the news about the fires. Oh, 10 miles from your grandson's home. I saw somebody say that this is a picture from my son's balcony of his apartment. And the fires were like right there. It was horrible. Yeah, very, very scary. Okay, so anyway, that is, we could order and pre-order, yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Janine. I'm glad that, hopefully that explained it. So, I have to share, my card today was actually supposed to be with some of the new paper. And I was actually going to do a little sneak peek of the new stuff because we have new kits. We have new scrapbook or maker, what do they call it? I think close to my heart, used to call it makers workshops, or anyway, the scrapbooking stuff. We have some new stuff, so don't forget to check that out. So I was going to kind of show that stuff, which would have been a shorter video, but then I was going to share a card with you with the new paper, but I had to adjust. So we're going to show you how I adjusted. And when you go look at the paper, I think it's Everyday Something was the paper I was going to use. So here's the card. So you'll notice that the colors we're going to go kind of and match the other, but I made a lot of changes on this card. Changes more than you think. If you've seen this stamp set, you'll notice that these three girls are not on the stamp, and I'll show you what I did differently. This is going to be a little bit of a video of coloring and some changing of, if your stamp is not exactly how you want it, we can change it. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. My ears are kind of plugged up, so I hope I'm not getting sick, but I feel like I feel fine other than being tired, but we have been wallpapering. Our bedroom is officially done. Yay! My husband is out there getting started in the other, I'm going to put this under because I'm going to stamp on it, in the other room now, and we're waiting for wallpaper for that room. The wallpaper, okay, so let's back up 2 seconds. Wallpaper is not fun. I don't care if it's with the adhesive paste or if it's peel and stick. We had 2 windows, and so it looks beautiful, but don't go up close. It's not terrible, but also don't buy your paper from Amazon, because when we unrolled it and aligned it up at the top, it was perfect, 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 and then all of a sudden your print, it starts sagging on one of the rolls. So it's a little off. You cannot tell unless you get right up and like dissect it, but just a tip. It's done. It's fun. I love it. It looks great. So I'm happy. All right. So I created this card. You guys know in October that I go to my retreat with my upline and my downline, 2 of my BFFs. So I saw this card and I was like, I want to make a card and I want to change it up to reflect us the best I can. So we're going to start with the sentiment and just get this out of the way. So we're going to do, so happy to have you in my life. And this is going to go, one of my BFFs has already seen this. The other one has not. So if she's online, she will see it. Okay, so there's that. We're going to do our sentiment there. And then in this stamp set, we've got these cute little flowers right here. So we're going to take those. And I'm going to use wild wheat. And we are going to just stamp. Let's see, I stamped, I think, these 3 over here. So these 3, I'm just going to stamp right there. I just kind of wanted to have it kind of in with the words a little closer. And then this one, I'm going to take it and kind of come around like this. And just so we can get that there. So it's a larger sentiment. And so I really wanted to, you know, a larger label. And I wanted to kind of decorate it a little bit. This label is the cute one with the little pretty little trim. I don't know, you can't really see that. See how it's got the little stitching on it? It's this one here from Mixed Labels, and everything is listed below. I have 2 sets, so there we go. Oh, there we go. Looks like that. That's what one set looks like. It's a great, great set. This is nested here with 3 different dies. Oh, by the way, I found out where that die went from the card the other day. Yeah, Sherry just said that I told her she got the bigger butt. I said, well, this girl had long hair, and Sherry's got long hair, so I made it blonde. I go, sorry, you have a bigger booty than you really do in life, so you know, you're gonna have to live with it. Okay, so let's do the inside because we need to stamp our sentiment on the inside too. So on the inside, we're going to skip to it, and it says, here's to lifelong friends. Here's to lifelong friends. So we are going to take that, line it up a little bit here. And put that there. All right, lifelong friends. And then we're going to go back to our stars. I'm going to put this away. We don't need the black anymore. That's all I used it for. We're going to go back to our wild wheat. And we'll go back a few times because I'm loving these flowers. And I'm going to just ink that up there. And then I know I'm going to add some stuff here at the bottom. So I'm just going to go over and just add a few. We know we're going to add some paper there. And so we're just going to add those in. All right, let's go ahead and add our bottoms here. Oh, Inika, I'm going to have your husband come and do my paper. It's just a small fee for the airplane. All right, let's add this. So yeah, we've been, so I have a big tip, you guys, if you're painting. I have to share this with you because when we found this out, we did a lot of research on, we have rounded corners or bullnose corners or whatever they call it in our wall. And so we had 2 different colors of paint, right, on a couple of the walls. And the lines were perfect. So we did a lot of research online. You get a painter's silicone. And this is the same for the roof and the wall. I know here we're getting painting tips during the craft time. So here's your paint and here's your roof. You go up and you add your tape on the roof, so you don't get, roll up on the roof, which he's done twice accidentally. And then you take your painter's silicone and you add a bead right in the corner, and then you just rub it with your finger so it just has like this silicone and it turns white or clear, whichever one you choose. And then when you paint, it does not go past the silicone. So there's no way that it's going to bleed up onto the roof, only if you roll onto the roof. Anyway, that's the tip for the day. Life saver, life changing. My husband's like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known this years ago. So anyway, that is the tip of the day. All right, so I have a class I'm thinking of, so that'll be coming up. And I'll give you a notice of it as soon as I know. All right, this piece was a scrap piece. It's a tiny, tiny bit short. I'm fine with that. I'm just going to put it in here and sliver. This is how much I slivered off. I mean, you can barely tell. But now I won't see that white that will bother me if there's white. All right. Oops, let me turn my sound off. Okay, so now let's add this. Oh, that one ran out. Next. I told my husband, I said, if you're painting tomorrow night, which is tonight, I will not be. I'm going to be working on my paper share and packaging it up and all of that. And tonight I'm like, well, video, and then I'm free because I have to wait for my paper. Oh, Annie, you just wait. You're going to love it. It's painter's silicone. I'll try and get the exact name and I'll link it. I'll put it below when I find out from my husband or on my Facebook page, my business page. So I will find out the exact thing. But I think it was painter's silicone. And I think you can get it in white or clear. And yeah, and you don't even see it. Once you paint it, I mean, it was amazing. We're like, no wonder these painters, that's their secret. Why don't they share? All right, we're going to add that in. And of course, this is Lost Lagoon. And that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This is 4 by 5 1/4. This is 3/4 by 4, and 1/4 by 4 is about the average normal size I would do. All right, so we're going to put that aside. Let's go ahead and we're going to adhere our two panel pieces. And when I had to go search for my paper, what I was going to use, Sherry actually, we were chatting online and she said, ooh, what about the new paper? And so I chose this diamond print from the new Serene Love. Remember, this is the one of the papers that came out that replaced the black and white paper that we used to have that was like this. And so we had this print, but because I was using white to do the coloring on it, I wanted something with a little more color. And so I chose that one. But we have olive in here with the polka dots. I mean, there's a bunch of different, there's stripes, and then there's the navy. So lots of different fun prints. So I kind of went with the colors I was looking for. And so I was like, oh no. And I don't get to show you the new stuff. So I'm kind of bummed about that. But hopefully it'll be here soon and I can get your paper share all ready. All right, so we're going to go ahead. You know, I like to do this on lighter when it's a darker piece. I feel like my, uh-oh, what happened? Oh, I need to recut. Recut, hold on one sec. I think I picked that up thinking it was a scrap. 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I think okay, now let's try. I already put adhesive on this one, so let's put this here. Oh, so this one's too big. Wow, Marcie. That's what I get for being in a hurry. Thinking I had it all measured out. Okay, so this is going to be 4. Oh yeah, look at that. All right. My hubby is quite handy. We need to redo our ground floor. 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4 is the DSP. All right, so a little alcohol will clean the back of this up. There we go. Okay, here we go. I was trying to be smart and get my papers all cut up and ready as I was doing my video. All right, there we go. So this will go on the front, so we'll just set that aside. What I'm going to do is I have these pieces. This one is 2 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then this is 2 by 5 1/4. So this one is going to go right onto here and align this because it's the same. And we're going to move it in a little bit, okay, because you want to see that pretty pattern over there. And then you're going to want to go here and put that there. Oh, let me give you guys the number. If you're asking about the paper, it's the Serene Love 166261. Okay, that's the number. And there's 3 new papers, so you might check those out. All right, so let's go ahead and so this is just 1/8 of an inch off, so it gives it just a little bit, just like this is. And we are going to bring our little paper back in I had. And we're going to do some stamping. And so what we're going to do is we are going to take our sentiment. And this I got from the Element of Text. I love anything like this. Anything that has splatters. This has text with splatter. This is just a nice script. And this is a nice script in a circle. So lots of fun. All right. So we're going to use this, and we're going to use the gray granite because that's one of the colors. Lost Lagoon, Wild Wheat, and Gray Granite are some of the colors in that new paper that I can't wait to show you. And so we are going to ink this up. And we are just going to start at the top. It does not have to fill up the whole page, but you don't want to leave a lot of space up at the top. Gloria, we have it set to record. We will be watching it. All right, and then you're going to come on the bottom and go down. Okay, so there we go. We have that. All right, now I decided, you know what, we need to add some wild wheat in there. And I'm going to show you what I did, and I was going to change it, but I don't think I am. So I'm going to take these flowers. Let me put this. I don't have my white one close by, so we'll just use that. What I did is we are going to take this, and we are going to take our flowers and stamp them off. And then I'm going to just bring them right here. And then I stamped them off, and I did some over here, which you're not going to really see because they're behind the circle, if you notice. And then I was going to change it, but I'd rather see a lot here and not here than just here and a little up here. So I just decided to leave it like it is. But I'm still going to stamp them because who knows where you're... Oh, I stamped direct instead of off one. Darn. That's all right. It'll be fine. That's okay. But I would stamp that off. Oh, I'm going to fix it. Sorry. I got to fix it. So we have 5 1/4 by 2 and by 2. So 2 by 5 1/4. All right. 2 by 5 1/4. Right. Yep. All right. Really quick. Ooh. Granite. I think it's on ABC. And it says his older daughter moves back, which has nothing to do, obviously. He doesn't have a daughter in the old show. It's a whole new show, but still around cars. All right, so there we go. We're going to do that. Now our flowers again. Stamp off, stamp on, stamp off. I feel like I'm on Cobra Kai. Stamp on, stamp off. Karate Kid. Wash on, wash off. All right, so let's like that. Okay, now, so that's good. So we're done with that. Now, this is where we get a little tricky. Let's go ahead and glue this. And then I'll show you how I ended up with my girls. And we're going to do a little bit of coloring. I just wanted to put this card together kind of quick because the coloring and the details of some different things that I changed up, you'll see. All right, we're going to add that on like that. Now, I did this direct because I did not pop this up because I've got the circle to pop up and the sentiment, and then there's another little secret that I have popped up. So I'm going to show you. I'm just going to go in here a little bit. Oops, I forgot. It's edge to edge. So I'm going to turn it. I just eyeball it, but if you look at your little diamonds, that'll kind of help you too, as long as you cut it straight. All right, so that's good. Let's add that on to the front, and then we can start doing our coloring, and I'll show you how I changed up the stamp set. All right. Finally, some good TV stuff is coming out because there hasn't been TV for a while. I'm watching Lost again, I told you guys. But there's some other good stuff coming back now, so that's good. All right, so this is good. We're going to set this aside, and now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. We are going to take a piece of paper, and we're going to do some stamping in black. So let me just stick that here. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stamp here because I want her hair. So we are going to just stamp her right there because I want her hair. That's all I need. All right. Then the next thing we're going to do is turn it, and I'm going to stamp this one. Well, you don't have to really turn it, I guess. And I need to move it up because I need this long ponytail too. So, and her hair. So we need to move it up. We're going to wipe this off so you're not drawing on ink. All right. Now, throw that out. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of coloring. First, let's take this, and we're going to stamp that too. So I was looking at the three of us, and Sherry's hair is longer, and so I thought, okay, we'll make this her. And then my hair's shorter, and then Olivia has curly but longer hair. And so I'm going to make this one Olivia's because it's kind of a wavy longer, and she blows it out kind of wavy and straighter, and then she also wears it curly. I don't think she really wears it up that much, so I chose not to do that one. And then this, we're going to move this up right about here. Okay, so we're going to put our three girls on the circle. The circle came from Stylish Shapes, and I did the largest circle is what I did. Okay, sorry, my head keeps getting in the way, you guys. All right, so that's what we did with that one. But the other stamp that we had was just two girls, which is super cute, but I am not that good to cut out a third and pop her in here, and plus her legs and stuff aren't on there anyway. So we're going to go with this one, and we're going to make it work. So we're going to move that aside. We're going to come in here, and I have all of these colors that we used. So I'm going to try to remember what I did. So we're going to use ivory. Let's see if I can, I'm going to move these. I wouldn't store them like this, but because they're at an angle in here, but while I'm using them right now, I'm going to put them like this so I can see them. But all day I would not have sat here and stored them like this. Okay, so we're going to start, and this is what I like to do, is take your markers, and I'm going to do a little bit of ivory. Another secret is you have the brush end and then the bull nose pin, or whatever you want to call it, tip. You want to use the tip you're going to do. So I should have done that one. So, because sometimes I think the color is a little different. Look. See, this one's much lighter than that one. So I'm going to go with that one because that's the one I'm going to be using. And then I'm going to take Lolly Lemon and just go over it. I'm going to go over this one too to see what it looks like. And we're going to go with that one. So, but let's try the Lolly Lemon first. I'm doing light Lolly Lemon. And then let's put ivory on top and do them the opposite. Okay, and I'm liking this color just because it looks a little more natural, and this one looks a little yellower. So we're going to do Lolly Lemon first and put this on her hair. And I'm just going to color it in. Where are those glasses? All right, so let's color. So there's going to be some coloring tips, and there's going to be a little fun technique that I'm going to do too. All right, we're going to do that for her hair. And then I'm going to take the ivory, and I'm just going to go over it. It just looks a little more natural, not so yellowy. Now, another secret is let it dry and we'll come back in. I am going to take the dark Lolly Lemon and I'm just going to go on the lines just a little bit, just to give it a little accent, like a little depth. Okay. You really can't see it a whole lot, but it's there. All right, so that's her hair. And then my hair, I did the pumpkin pie. And boy, am I hoping this is how I did it, because I played around with a lot of colors. And if you do the tip again, this is the light, okay? And then the dark is the dark, so I'm not too worried about that. We're going to take the dark and just kind of go over all the little fluffs in the hair. It doesn't have to be exact, just kind of. It'll add a little texture or a little whatever to the hair. I'm going to put a little right here. And I'm going to do a little at the top. Not all the way around, but just a little bit. All right, and now I'm going to take the light pecan pie. And just kind of fill it in. And I'm going to come in a little darker, but not all over, just so it kind of gives it a little different shades right there. All right, so that is what I did on that one. And then now I'm going to take light black and where is my color? Sorry, now my pens are starting to fall. I need a smaller container. And then dark, oh, where did my other one go? I might have put it back. Light Pebble Path. So Pebble Path, maybe it was the darker. Yeah, I did the darker because Olivia has more black hair, or super dark or brown hair. So I'm going to take the light black and I'm just going to come over the black lines that's already black from the ink, but I'm just going to add them a little deeper because we're putting a pretty dark color on top. All right. And I'm going to come back to my hair too, and everybody's hair actually. All right, so we're going to take Pebble Path. And come in and color her hair. So just play with your colors, layer them up, figure out what. And her hair is really long, so I'm going to make it a little longer. Like that. Okay, so because I went a little longer, I'm going to take the darker black and just kind of add, but I'm going to go upward. Okay, so that it just looks like it's kind of the same hair right there. All right, now I'm going to come back in with dark pecan pie, and then I'm going to go back over my little highlights pieces here. Mine's more of a feathery, messy thing than this cute curl hair that she's got, but I wish I had this curl, but you know, I got to go with what you got. All right. Sometimes I feel like that after I get my hair cut, but that's a little short. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to come back in with the dark Lolly Lemon again and just give her a little more, just some little detail there. All right, now you get to see me fussy cut, but I'll put this aside real quick and let that go while we're coloring this. All right, so now we're going to color, and I'm going to put a color underneath so you guys can see it a little bit better. Let me pull an extra piece right here. You can see the coloring a little better there. All right. So the first thing I did is I took Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to start with the dark. And I always try to open away from here because you know how sometimes some of the alcohol kind of flickers and you don't want it on your project. I'm just going to do a little bit of dark right here and then come down like underneath my arm here and on the side next to Sherry there. You like how I'm giving my characters names. And then we're just going to come down to the bottom where the arm is at. And I'm just going to come right here a little bit. All right, so give a little bit of color. And then I'm going to come in with the light. And I'm going to color my shirt. All right, so there's that. And then we'll add a little more detail in a little bit. Then we're going to use the mustard. Now that's old school, right? Wild wheat. We're going to use, I'm going to go with the light first. And I'm just going to color in my skirt here. And I'm going to squiggle it at the bottom. It doesn't have to go out of the picture. But I am going to squiggle it because I don't wear that short of a skirt, so it would have to be up a little bit. So I'm going to make it longer. And now I'm just going to circle and circle. But I did my little squiggles down here, and it'll probably come like that. Okay. All right, so there's that. I feel like there's a little too much room right here. There's a little white spot that I need to color in. There we go. Okay, so there's my outfit. And then we're going to do Sherry's outfit. And I know I matched her hair with the same color, but I wanted to do the tones that are in the picture, or in that paper. And also kind of colors that she might wear. So I did, this is the dark yellow Lolly Lemon. I'm just going to add a little bit, and I know it's the same color of her hair, but it actually turned out okay. Sometimes I think it's funny, sometimes I want to change colors a little bit more, and then I realize that staying within the colors and not adding so many different colors, it actually turns out better. So to like go out of this to make it pink or something would just not fit in my color scheme with my paper that's going to hopefully arrive tomorrow. But for now, it is what it is. Okay, another color in the paper that I'm going to show you that I'm excited about that's not here is Pretty Peacock. So we're going to go with the light or the darker Pretty Peacock first. And so I just kind of went around right here like her shirt's kind of shading a little bit, and then I squiggled and made it a little shadier here, and then a little shadier here, and then we're just going to take the lighter one. That's funny, those look the same. I think when I switched, oh, they're not. I was going to say when I switched out the caps, I must have grabbed the wrong one. All right, so we're just going to circle this and blend it. until my color is about to go. And then I just kind of the same thing as I did before. This one I did a little more just kind of across. I know my husband's out there on the ladder because I can hear him moving it. So if I hear him fall and I run out of here, you guys will know why. All right, so we're just going to fill her skirt in. And our sentiment's going to go kind of down there anyway, so you're not really going to see it. And so I'm just going to circle around a little bit and blend that in a little. And you'll see it'll blend a little bit. So we'll leave that there. All right. So another color is granite, gray granite. So we're going to use this and we're going to take the dark and we're just going to kind of color in the shirt. We are all, the height on here doesn't do much because we're all pretty much the same height, which would be about this one right here because we're all short. And you have to kind of be careful, like when you look at this, whose arm's what, and then these are her jeans, but that's her hand right there. It looks like that's her arm just like that. I was like, that comes down way too long, but if you look at this one over here, that's about right. So that's her hand. And so, and then here, this is her shirt here too. So I'm gonna go underneath the arm. Okay, color that in. And now we're going to need the light. And before I did this, I was going to show you. Okay, this is what I did. This is what I would normally be doing, is writing hair colors and writing skin colors and swatching with my marker. So I've already done that. So that's why it's just, I'm just picking it up and going for it. But I would definitely be filling it out, writing it out, checking it out, doing colors on top of each other if you need, see which color works best, and then just kind of go for it and figure out what you're looking for. What colors are you looking for? So this is gray granite. I blend it a little bit. I don't want it to look like she's sweating. It's just that this is, you can definitely see this one a little bit more, but it's getting pretty wet. I don't want to do too much. All right, so we're going to come back and then, oh, we got to do the bottom of her shirt though. This is also her shirt. All right, there we go. I'm sorry, my hair is getting in the way again. I got to fix my camera a little bit so it's, my head's not in your way. All right, and now her jeans, Mossy Meadow is the other color that is in here. So I'm going to wipe this ink off my hand. All right, so we're going to do the darker green. The darker Mossy Meadow. I keep thinking this is what I need to hold. And so just wherever you think is where you want to color it in a little bit. There we go. And now we're going to take the light. Again, your sentiment is going to go down there. It doesn't have to cover it up. It could. You could color all the way down. Whatever works for you. Is you could work that out however you want to. All right, so it looks like I've got all their clothes done. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly put some color on their hair. All right, so we're just going to put the light pecan pie here. Because we don't want it to. We're going to add the other ones that we colored. We're going to do the light. We are going to do the ivory first. And it doesn't have to be all over. It could just, you just want to fill in that color a little bit. All right, so it looks like something's there. And we'll add the light. Oops, wrong end. Just so it looks like there's color. I'm not even going edge to edge. I'm not worrying about it. I'm not adding the highlights or anything like that. Oh, good night. I know you stay up so late to watch, and I really appreciate that. Or you get up early, whatever it is. Have a wonderful rest of your week. All right, so we're going to do that. And then on this one, we're just going to take the light basic black. And, oh no, we're not. I'm sorry. We're going to take the light Pebble Path. Dark Pebble Path. The color we used on her hair. The dark Pebble Path. And put that on just so we don't see white underneath it. I did white on the first one and I realized I should have colored it in. All right, so there's that. All right, so now skin tones. So for the lightest one, we are going to start with 1,000. Okay, so this is the Stampin' Up 1,000. Below I listed the Stampin' Up colors, and they are like the combo light, medium dark, deep, medium, you know, the different. I recommend them all because you're going to be doing a lot of this to figure out what colors you're looking for, how light, how dark. You're going to put them together, kind of figure out what you want for skin tones. It works wonderful. Okay, so this is her arm. Sherry's very fair skinned, so we're going to go with this 1,000 on here and over here. And I am no expert at the skin tones. You can look them up, maybe, you know, find charts and see what works for you. Her ear right here is showing, so we're going to do that, and a little part of her neck. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 900 to it to give her a little bit of a different tone. So if you look, let's see where my tones are here. So this is the 1,000. Okay, and then we're going to add this on top of it to give it a little bit of a skin tone color that makes her not look like a ghost. So we're going to add 900 and to her neck and to her arm. Okay. So now she looks like she's got a skin tone there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 1,000 down for right now. On mine, I'm going to do the 900 first. And it's winter time, so I am a white girl. No color, no tan, white. But not as fair skin, probably because I have freckles. But, and because I go in the sun, and Sherry Smart doesn't. All right, so we're gonna go here. And so that's 900, and then I'm gonna add 800 to it. Okay, so here's 800. Got a little bit of a yellow to it. Which has a little more of a brown tone, a little. Can you guys see this? Yeah, a little bit. I'm trying to look at the picture to see if you guys can see the difference. All right, so we're going to add this, which makes me look a little more yellow, but it's adding a little bit of a brown tint to it. Now I'm going to come back in with the 1000, which is the pinker color again, and add a little bit of a pink back in. But on top of that yellowy, with a little bit of a browner tone, I'll hold this up to the camera in a minute so you can see. All right, so, whoops. So you can tell, well, it's hard to see on, this looks really light online, but you can tell against white that it gives her color. But we're gonna go back onto her in a minute, and then, you can come back. So this is 1000. So we can come back and fill this in again and give her a little more of a pink tone and darken her up a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in with 900 on mine, which is a little bit more of a brown. See the difference between these two? I'm going to darken it up a little bit. So these tone colors are wonderful to have. I highly recommend them. All right, so that's good. Now, Olivia, we call her our spicy friend. And so for Olivia, where did my numbers go? Oh, right here. We did 600 and where's my ivory? 600 and ivory. So we're going to do 600. So get your paper out. So let's do this one here so it's a little better, cleaner to see. We're going to see the difference. So this is 600. Okay. And then this is ivory on top of it. So you got to give it a second and it'll lighten it up. Okay, but then this is ivory. So I think they are different with the base and versus not having the base. Which one's first? And then this is 600 on top. So see how this one is way more like a reddish color, but this one lightens it up and you can kind of get a tone that you want. So we're going to move this aside and bring this back in, and we're going to start with the 600, and it lightens up, remember, and then dries. So we're going to get our ear, which is super small, so be careful there, and then the neck, and it looks really dark at first, so don't worry, it'll lighten, because at first I was like, oh no. All right, so we're going to put that. And then here. All right, and then her other arm over here. And her hand. Okay, now we're going to come back in. You can tell how close I'm getting to my paper when you can see my head in the screen. So sorry. But I want to make sure I'm in the lines. Okay, we're going to lighten this up. And I'm lighting it up a little bit at a time. So I'm going to go across and then come back. So see the difference between the neck and here. And then we're going to come back again. And so we're going to lighten it again. I'm not worried about her ear. You're going to hardly see it. But we are going to lighten this up. And just play with your colors get that color that you want. All right, we're going to lighten that up, and we're going to lighten this up over here. And there. Remember, I kind of go upwards, that way you can, when you're down far like that, you want to make sure you keep your color in your area there. All right, we're going to come back again. And it'll lighten up too when it sits with the alcohol on it, so. All right, so we're going to let that sit a little bit. But see how it's not quite as dark. So let's let this sit. And we are going to fussy cut our hair out here really quick. So let me just get this. So let's get her hair. And so I kind of go in and out. I give it a little bit of detail. Get that little curl in there. Now this one, remember, is going to go over the short-haired girl that doesn't have hair. So I'm just going to cut. I'm going to try and get all those little angles as I can and give it a few little angles so that you can make it look a little more natural. I want the curl. So get those curls in there. Now down here where I'm at, I'm going to give it some, more. So just kind of go in and out. Give it get those curls, get all those little waves in there and the extra that I added. Okay, there we go. There's hers. Okay, that's all trash. I wish I could wear my hair like that. How cute that is. All right. So we're going to go right along here. And then I have a little trick. We don't need the ear. She's got her ear already. This is just her hair. All right, so down here, we're going to kind of come in and out a little bit where that little ponytail kind of goes thinner and back out. All right, so there's one more. And then this one, I start up here with this big curl, and then you're just gonna go in and out again, just like the other ones. And we're gonna fix this, so don't worry about it. All the white, don't worry, just kind of give it that little Ursula look with all her curls. Whenever I do this and I can feel my hand tense up, and I'm like, no wonder my thumb hurts. Because I'm all like, oh, I gotta get this cut just right. And it's really not. You just kind of wiggle it around and make sure you're not cutting anything off. I try to keep the curls because we're gonna fix it, so don't worry about the white. And just kind of wiggle it back and forth to make it look like it's, that one was really close right there, so I just wiggled in and out until I got rid of that scrap paper. Get that curl. And this big curl right here, I want to get that curl, so. Okay. So there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fix this. We're going to take our hair And we're going to take the light pebble path, or dark pebble path, which is what we used on hers, and we are just going to fill all those white spots in. We don't need any of the white spots that we didn't cut perfectly. Nobody needs to know that. So we're going to just color that hair in. And then on this one, we're going to do the light pecan pie. And fill all those little white spots in. Just get rid of all those white spots so it looks like you just did it perfectly. And then same with this one. You can't really tell on this one, it looks pretty good. So the thing next that we'll do is pull in a black pen. And we're going to go around the outside. So see how it looks right there? There's a little bit of the black from where you cut, where the stamping was. But we're just going to get rid of any of that white on the outside. So there's that one. And it doesn't have to be every little bit. I just do it as much as kind of just one time around and try to get it. If I don't, it's not a big deal. But I think it just gives it a little more shape by doing it this way. All right. All right. Notice on her curl goes at the top. So I want to make sure that that curl has that little black right there. But I think I cut it like in a square at the top, like rectangle. So I want to cut that little, make it look more like a tip. All right, and then hers, remember I like to do it from the back. You don't want to put marks on the front. I know my nails need to be done, but I figure if I'm painting, they're going to look like crap for a little while. Well, not until I'm done because they'll fall off, but. All right, so there we go. So now we are going to pop up our girl. So let's get our girls, I should say. We're going to get our dimensionals. And I did top, the bottom, the middle. Says my Stampin' Up order is rescheduled to be delivered Thursday, which that's good. That means tomorrow. I was thinking it was Tuesday, so that's good. All right, so there we go. We're going to bring in our card. We are going to put this on. Hi, Renee, how are you? All right, so we're going to do our girls, and we're going to put them right about here. I want a little bit of that pattern there, right? We are going to bring in our dimensionals. And I have my mini dimensionals here. And my pokey tool. All right, so you can turn these in if you want to make them a little more personalized. It's kind of fun. That, we're going to put that there. And then I have these little half, well, this one, she can use a full. She's got long hair. And this one, I need smaller, half mini dimensionals is what I do. And we'll put hers right here. All right. So we'll start with this one. I like to put it on the tip of my pokey tool so I can just kind of stick my head up over here and align it the best I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, we colored underneath it. So it does not have to be perfect and align perfectly, but look how cute that looks. All right, and now we're going to take our blonde. There we go. And we are going to So you want to do the top, but also her ponytail down here. Make sure it aligns. And then this one is where it's going to be a little bit different because it doesn't align. This is the one that we added the different hair. Okay, so her head is kind of cocked that way. And so I am going to put her hair behind. Whatever you think. If you want to put it in the front, you can, or if you want to put it behind. She's kind of standing behind. Her arms are forward and hers are behind. So I'm going to put it like this. And see, now you don't even really see her neck or anything, but it's still colored in case you see it from the side. And I'm going to actually put that little curl there just so it looks like they're that close and hugging and doing their picture. So now you've got them popped up. Okay, so now their hair is popped up. And they've changed their hair now and they've got the color they want. And it matches your friends. This little loop-de-loo right here looks a little funky, so I think I'm going to take that off. Just that little tiny, just a little bit. I still want it to come out right here, but that one little, there we go. That looks a little more natural. All right. And then we need to add our sentiment. So let's add, and then I'll show you the inside where we stamped in there also. We need to add our embellishments. Now, like I said, at the bottom here, you don't have to go all the way down. You could go all the way down. You could put the sentiment all the way up, like here if you wanted. My dimensionals are right there, so let me see what it's going to look like. Let me move these dimensionals down a little bit. And then we'll slide it up a little closer than I did on the other one. So let's do our 2 dimensionals. Let's do this. So we're going to put one right here. And one right here. Notice how I put them on the card. And the other lower 2 are down here. That way we can slide this right where we want it. Put it nice and straight, however you want it. It's covering up the bottom. But it's not completely centered. You could, I guess. But it's more like over here. And then what I did is I'm going to take the drusies and we're going to color them. And so we are going to color these light wild wheat. And my wild wheat is like seeing a lot of life. Okay, there's 2. And so here's the 3rd one. There's a lot of Lost Lagoon, so I'm going to add a little bit of wild wheat in there. So we're going to take this and we're going to add one here. We're going to add one up here. And then this last one over here, because this is our focal point. And I'm going to put that right there. So here was our original one. So this one is brought down a little bit, and I'm actually going to move this one up. So I'm not going to try and tear it off. I'm going to cut it because I like it up better. So I'm going to cut this one. If you cut it, notice you're not bending your sentiment all up. And I'm just going to roll these off. You guys have seen me do this before, mostly because it's an accident. This time I've decided I just want to move it up. I like it up better. All right, so the same thing with my card. I'm going to roll these off. The dimensional is going to pretty much go in the same spot. The sentiment's just going to go up a little bit, so I want to move those up. We're going to take the sentiment and move it here, which means I'm going to probably move this embellishment a little because I kind of like the look of this better. I'm going to move it over to the right a little more. So, get this all off my fingers. Embellishments. Okay, so we're going to do 2 on the bottom. Uh-oh, I just pulled off the sticky on this one. All right. Don't forget, bingo sign up is ready. I think I have 6, no, maybe 7 or 8. I can't remember. There's not very many left, kits left, so if you're interested. All right, so I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go below. I don't want to put it on here because I don't want this wonky. And I'm going to put this one right here. Right there. And there's a link below if you're interested in bingo. There's just a few left. Oh, you guys are welcome. I'm glad you like it. All right, we're going to go right up here. I do like that a little bit more. Oh, we could put it in the center, I guess. I have it to the left. Let's see. I really don't think it matters much, but we'll just do a little more centered. There we go. Oops, that's crooked. All right, there we go. Ta-da. All right, there we go. Aren't they cute? So like I said, when you guys see the new color, the new paper that is coming out, you're definitely going to see the colors that I used here for that new paper. What sets am I going to use for bingo? Okay, so I used the, oh, I wish I knew all the names. Hold on, I'll tell you. Okay, I am using the heart-shaped, which is the heart die that's in the celebration, that bundle. I'm using the wishing, my catalog is upside down. I'm trying to remember because I've already started February. Delightful Wishes. Oh, I can show you the catalog. Yay. So I'm using this one, the Delightful Wishes. And I'm using the Storybook one, but it's a little bit different. It's the Storybook. So it's this one, which is funny because I don't think I'm using, I might be using the stamp for the sentiments, but I'm using the paper and so the die cuts, because obviously you don't have to have a stamp set. So the die cuts from the paper. But I'm also incorporating, and I don't remember the set, Grow with Love. It's the one with like the seed pack and that kind of stuff. That one's with it. I'm also doing a 3D item with, I showed you a little sneak peek last week. I don't have it on my desk, but so that one is a little sneak peek of a 3D item. So I'm doing that. So the wishes, the heart-shaped, the 3D, and the storybook. I think those are the 4. Yeah. So some really cute things. And so I'm excited to share it with you. Let's see. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like the card. You would have never thought about changing the hair. Yeah, it's funny because when I saw the stamp set, I saw the 2 girls and I thought those were super cute. And then I saw the 3 and I was like, ooh, you know what? How could I make that out to be my friends? And I thought, you know what? We go do our retreat thing a lot together and that would be a really cute card. So I thought, oh, you know what? There's so many people that have, you know, a 2 or a 3 friend card. So anyway, I thought that would be really cute. So here it is again. So see how the skin tones kind of lightened up a little bit. But I suggest those skin tone alcohol markers. So they're kind of weird to find. So put in light, medium, deep, dark. I think those are the names if you put in them in the search, and it'll say dark combo, light combo, you know, or combo is in there too. And so you could put that in there. But yeah, and then the hair is like 3D, kind of cute, kind of something different. Adds a little more, you know, character to the card, which was kind of fun. And of course, anything with the script text kind of thing is a lot of fun. I love that. So anyway, so that's the card for today. I'm going to go back out after I clean up here and help my hubby see what he's probably like dinner would be fine. Because he is taping and texturing, which I'm guessing he might be cutting in tonight because he doesn't like to leave the tape up overnight. So, yay, us and our home improvement projects. All right, everybody. So it looks like, according to UPS, the notice I just got, we'll see, that my stuff will all be delivered tomorrow. So that's good news. It still says on the app, it does say scheduled for tomorrow, but it still says it's in Utah. So we'll see. The next shipment that was coming today does say tomorrow. So hopefully the original, which is on my paper share, is also coming tomorrow. So we'll see. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Thanks for joining me tonight. Don't forget, we have an amazing join special. I'd love to have you on my team. If you have any questions about the new product, where to find something, let me know. Don't forget to check out the last chance. There's a lot of really great items leaving. A lot of them are reduced at great prices. So check that out. When you go on to look at the new items, don't forget to look up the new kits. There's 3 new kits. Don't forget to look up the scrapbook items. Even if you're not a scrapbooker, there is some great DSP packages that have stickers that don't have stickers in our DSP packages, and they are the same packages, but they have stickers and a little bit more. And if you're not a scrapbooker, I think you can use the stickers maybe for envelopes or to put on cardstock and then cut it out to make it like your own ephemera. There's all kinds of fun things you can do. So don't forget to check those items out. You guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on, I can't even remember what day it is. I will see you Sunday. Bye, everybody.